Okay, this video is two parts. The one is we have a grid with solar panels standing on the roof, and we have to do some waterproofing, and I need to lift this solar panels at least 750 millimeter to 1 meter, 1000 millimeter above the roof, so that we can get in and do the waterproofing underneath and all the sealants to make sure it's workable. I asked for the owner of the unit so that they have to tilt it and lift it away from the roof, and it never happened. Now this is flat, it's lying flat. Now let me show you the first part of this video. Now the angles are a little bit wrong because we're looking from the south to the north. No, actually we're looking from the north to the south. This is south, and right across from there is north. Well, not 100%, it's about something like this, but so according to this, the projections I have is a little bit different. What we can do, you will see what I'm going to show you now. If I rotate this to, okay, that one won't. Let's say we rotate this like this, then we have a clear picture of how the interesting. Who are you? You the ground. Okay, ground, don't worry. Anyway, let's delete this one. It won't, but anyway, this is the ground part. If I show you the angle of the sun, there's your, now that's moved, so let's go back a few steps because I didn't brought it in consideration here. If you have, that's a variance between 25 degrees and 35 degrees. So when you have midsummer, that's the angle of midsummer, and this is the angle of winter time. So if, let's say, we take the variations away, you will see where's summer and where's winter. This is the angles of the sun to heat these solar panels. So I need actually to, well, rotate them to get the real values, because this is north and this is south on this side. These are angles for the sun rays, and still the people don't put it at the angle of, let's say, 30 degrees, which will be about here, right here in the middle, which didn't happen. Now everything is on Google these days. This is South Africa. 30 degrees is almost in the middle. Now they say 35, so if in each of these rings are 10 degrees apart, South Africa with other 30 degree is right in the center of, not really, but close to. If you say that is 20 degrees on that side, you can easily say it's about 23 degrees, 22 to 23 degrees on top. Let's say closer to St. Lucia, and Cape Town at the bottom at, let's say, 34, 33 degrees. So when I look here, I get Lesotho over here, then Pretoria is approximately over there. So the angle of the sun panels in Pretoria is supposed to be about 27 degrees. Closer to 27 than 25 anyway. Now the guy told me they usually put in Pretoria at 30 degrees, and I don't understand why, but okay. At a 20 degree angle, let's say 23 degree or 27 degree angle, you don't lose so much sunlight on your panels. Back to here. Let's say we take this away, sorry, this one away and this one away. My problem is not for the tilting, my problem is to lift these panels. I need to create something that will lift the panels for at least 2 days, so that we can come in and work underneath. Now the frames is supposed to stay. It's only the panels that should lift. It's only the panels that should lift. So I must put something on this frame, because it's a fixed frame. You cannot move the frame, but you can change the frame without moving it, or add to it rather, to lift the sun panels. These panels, which is sitting on top of it, and I look at it and it is really flush with the sides on all 4 sides. So I need to lift these panels still to get power from the sun while we're working underneath him. I work on 3 different things. Okay, let me, you know the panels, how the panels looking. So it's fastened at 4 corners and also in the middle on this side and that side. So you have to remove the fixtures to lift the panels. That's not the issue. The issue will be the length of the wires, the length of the connectors. That will be the biggest problem here. So you need a qualified person to rewire everything, or you have to disconnect each and every panel, or we have to lift all panels upwards at once. And the main connection from the wire at the one side, which is about here to this point here, let's just lock everything here in place. The connector is about here, and it came so close around here. So we have to extend this wire from here to whatever height we're going to use. Let's say I make it 1000 millimeters, that is 1 meter. I need to address the connection on that side so that it can lift higher than now. So to start part number 2 of the video, I have to add something to the frames to lift these panels, or 1 by 1, 2 by 2, or every one at once. And this is only an example. There are actually 10 of these in 1 row, and there are 2 rows. to lift them all at once, you have to or build another frame upon on top of the current one to do that, and you will use heavy materials with something like a scissor jack on both sides, or a scissor jack on the one side with a good or good bearings in the middle at some places, and everything have to work to go together. That is too expensive. You need to do something different, and because you only want to do it temporary, let's say every 3 or 5 or 10 years or whatever the case may be, you don't want to go too expensive. It's something to stay in place, and let's look at this. Okay, now this is something totally different. That is where that panels are, is in this space over here. So and dip and drop. No, let's see. I think about something like this is a cheaper option, where you can actually let this arm down to replace the panels in the original position, with a bar through here where your panel can rest on. But then the panel is loose, so if you bumped it to that side, it will fall down, unless let's reload this one. Unless you put something at each side of these panels to say, let's say I put an arm, you can make a swivel arm. I think that is about the best to do it like this. You put this swivel arm in on the top end somewhere. Come on, where's the middle? There's the middle. So you can put something up here, let's say about 25 to this side and 25 to that side, because you must remember you cannot go beneath this, otherwise, yeah, you can, but you must remember there's your ground face on the group. So let's say you do it like this. Yeah, you can leave it like that, and you can just say you make it, let's say, from there. I do it like this, and you can say, okay, make it up down to here, and you have your screw or whatever right there, and it's maybe 3mm thick, and also you make it a little bit larger for your screw or your bolt or whatever you want to put it over here. So when you lift this frame up, so you lift now this frame up, we can put, okay, let's unlock that first, and we can cut this, and we can put it over here, paste in place, and we move it over to the other side. Hello, where are you? Hello, where are you? Okay. Suddenly there's no green action. But okay, it's closer to the middle, but anyway. Let's move it a little bit further away. Ish. Now you see you made a mistake over here. Let's create a group first, and then you can move it over. Yes, and then you can turn it around. Turn it around. Okay, the obviously the bolt is not here. Come on. Don't mess around with me. Come on. Ah, damn it, man. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, there's the nut. There's the nut. There's the nut. What happened here? What happened here? Come on, man. Don't mess around with me. Move. Hello. Against the side. So, now you have that. So when you lift this, let's say 1 meter off the ground, don't seem like much. Okay, no. You mess around again. Come on. That's better. Now it's a meter. Now if I take this, and I place it over here, let's move it a little bit to the center, because this one here, this drawing on this side is not according to real size. Not real size, so you have to go down to that angle. Look. So that is then where it will be. And then if there's a bar over here, there's a bar over here, come on. Then it cannot fall off. That's the only other thing I think you can do. Okay, we are there, and we put it on the side of the bar. Look. There it is. That's the only other thing you can do to keep it up, unless you want to go expensive, very expensive. And this one is also not according to size. This is also not according to size. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work, but okay. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Come on. Hello. This is a terrible mouse. This is a terrible mouse. But okay. So you will have to do this something like this. Okay, something like this, and then let's move it a little bit back. Come on, so it is behind the bar. Now this is a much more expensive story. That's the only other thing I can think of to lift it up, but this is a loose part of things, so you need place where you can store it. You have to take it with you all the time when you want to lift. That is a good thing if you want to service maybe one or two of the panels at one time, or at any time. I think that's a good idea, but this one is a little bit more practical because you have everything on the frame. You can lift it up and you can let it go and continue. What do you guys think about this? I mean, is it even viable to do this, or do you think we have to put in a permanent lifting and angling afterwards? In this case, it's supposed to be like when you put the angle in, it's supposed to be okay, not that one. You are supposed to lift it at least, let's say, 27 degrees. For the real sun, or the real angle for the sun, to get the most out of your sun panels, but that is not really my problem. This is the manufacturers and the installations or installators' problem to do this angle lift. I only want it to move that way, and at least one, or let's say at least 750 to 1000 millimeters from the roof. So now I can come in underneath. Come on. Now I can come in underneath and I can do my waterproofing stuff over here. A little bit more sealant. And yeah, okay, this one is locked, so you can put in your sealant like in okay, good. We have to, I can put in my sealant over here, and I always have a problem to get this. Okay, and my sealant may be black, so we put in black over here, and there it is. Okay. Oh yes, and of course it's at least 2 millimeters thick. So there's my sealant, and now I can let the panel go back to the original position. But you have to do it with all. You can do it single by single. You can, and I think, as I say, this is for me the cheapest option, and not that one. Not, you don't need a ton to stay on the ton. This, even these frames are actually overkill. They are 30 by 30. Good welding, I must say, is very good welding. These guys know what they're doing, and then they galvanized everything, even the welding parts as well. So there's at least 15 to 20 years lifetime before the rust come through, maybe even more, but in our conditions I will say 12. a maximum of 12 years, because this is not going to be painted. But then they will say it's not their problem anyway. But okay, this is how I see this problem. So if you want to get the sun position, go to Britannica, science latitude, and here you can select your area wherever you are. In Australia you have it, if you are in wherever you wanna be, everything is there. South America. So yeah, there you have it. It's just a simple site with all the information. If you need something of angles and stuff, you can just Google. It sounds like if I Google. Okay, there it is, guys, and you can decide what will be the cheapest option in the long run. Do we make it a small fixture like this, or okay, this is not even 100% completed, because this arm is only on the side, isn't even added to that. But if you really want to, I can forward you this file, this drawing, and you can do it, of course, on that side, or else I can finish it for you. And now the cost. Our cheapies do it for free anyway. With all the sizes. This is drawn by real world sizes. Everything is except the bolts. Well, the bolts is just an example of how you can do it, and that is not really a bolt. That is something totally different. This is this file which I added together. I call it "You Don't Lose Your Pin." This is this anti-pin drop. So when you do your pin, there's your hole for your pin to go in, and it only. Let me show you what happened here. If you move this pin outside to that way, then your pin is not, come on, your pin is not in the way. And if you move it back, your pin, your split pin or something can go through. So this is actually the mechanism. Okay, if you look at it from this side, you can understand or see where I'm going to. You can even, let's say, turn it around. If you don't get the picture on that side, then this is where our arm runs and where you use the pin. But because it's on the underside, underneath your frame, underneath your panel, sorry, your panel will be on top of this now. This is on the outside, and that is what you don't want. So you actually want this, it like this. This pin came to the outside. You have to lift up your panel. You can put up your arm, but you need your panel to be loose, so you can put your hand in to move the pin forward or backwards. In this case, your pin is always with you. You can even, let's say, weld a little bit of a short piece of let's say you can even weld a short piece of cable that is that pin with the anti-loose or an anti-what did I call it? Anti-pin drop. So in other words, it's always there. Yeah, that you can do it with there. That was just a design. You don't worry about if it's sticking out on the side. You just make sure it doesn't hit the ground or go too low. You can put this in, this fold down, this arm fold down with this one. Nice and easy. Okay guys, that's it. A very long video to show you actually a lot of ideas